Belly fat? You want to lose some belly fat? So weight loss, super hot topic, and one of the hot topics for weight loss is called intermittent fasting. So what is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting is basically you're starving yourself for a certain amount of time before you eat, right? And it is very effective because during intermittent fasting, you actually feel a little hungry. And it's during that hungry period, if you can just hold on and not eat, during that hungry period, you actually stimulate something called autophagy, which is self-cleaning. Now the problem is people do fasting instead of intermittent fasting. Huge difference. Intermittent fasting is you do it every so often. You don't fast every single day. Because if you fast every single day, your body's going to get used to it, and it's actually going to trigger starvation mode, which is storage mode. It actually starts storing fat. So you may actually lose fat, but then you're going to start storing it because you're not doing it intermittently. Follow me here on intermittent fasting. Here's the step-by-step process of how to do it. Step number one, intermittent fasting. There's many different ways of doing it. These are two most common ways. First way, you're gonna see meal at 7 a.m. You're gonna eat your first meal, and then eat your second meal at 1 p.m. And then you're not gonna eat another meal until the next morning at 7 a.m. That is a total of 18 hours fasting. Option number two. Number two is you eat your meal at 12 p.m. and then you eat your next meal at 6 p.m. and then you don't eat another meal until 12 p.m. of the next day. So that's another 18 hours of fasting, right? So this is giving you the 18 hours of fasting. Fasting means you don't eat. So you don't eat after 1 p.m. on this way. You don't eat after 6 p.m. this way. This is the way. Number one is the option I recommend people doing. It's the most effective one. Give this a try. Hit the follow button so you get the next step. Belly fat, part 2. This is how to do intermittent fasting. There's so many different ways. I'm going to teach you 2 ways to do it. Okay, the first way, you're going to do intermittent fasting every other day. So intermittent fast, eat regular. Intermittent fast, eat regular. You do that for 1 week straight, okay? You can do that for 4 weeks and then go back to eating normal. That is one way to help you decrease some of that belly fat because it helps reset your body and it helps burn fat. The second thing, after a bad meal, you can use intermittent fasting to correct something that you did bad. Like you went to Krispy Kreme, McDonald's, KFC, get some jelly donuts, you ate some crappy food. Well, you want to intermittent fast for 3 days straight to help reset your body, reset that cleaning, what we call autophagy, that self-cleaning mechanism that actually happens in your body when you actually feel a little hungry, right? So use these 2 techniques and let me know how it works. Follow me. Belly fat, part 3. So this is a continuation of intermittent fasting. So how are you going to do the intermittent fasting? So there's 2 different ways of the timing of intermittent fasting. So the first one is you're gonna fast on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So only Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You're gonna do that 4 weeks straight, okay? Only on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The second way, part 2, is you're going to fast every day for 7 days. Fast every day for 7 days, and you're going to do 1 week on and then 1 week off. And you can do that for 1 month. So over a 1 month period, you will fast for 7 days for 2 weeks, right? So 1 week on, 1 week off, okay? These are 2 ways. There's so many different ways. These are the 2 ways that actually work the best, and they keep your body from getting adaptive or used to the fasting, and so that you can lose that belly fat. Follow me here on Instagram. Biohack your intermittent fasting. So what does that mean? When should you fast, right? There's a lot of questions I've been getting. When should I fast? How often should I do it? Here's the way to use technology to determine when you should do it and when you shouldn't do it. Because if you do it at the wrong time, it actually does the opposite. You actually start gaining weight, right? Instead of intermittent fasting is supposed to help you lose weight, detoxify the body. So what should you get? You want to go to any pharmacy store, you want to get these glucometers, right? It comes in any form, glucometers. Get a lancet. Usually they come in a kit. So you can get a lancet. This basically prick your blood. And this is just, some glucose testing strips. What we're doing is we're testing testing your fasting blood sugar. So when you wake up in the morning, before you eat anything, you're gonna test your blood sugar, okay? So this is how you're gonna do it. You're gonna test your blood sugar, basically you prick your finger, you test your blood sugar, it takes about 5 seconds, and you're gonna look, does that number increase? Does that number, is it above 100 or below 100? I'm simplifying it, very simple right here, okay? Now, if it's above 100, then you should intermittent fast that day. So you can skip your breakfast and then you can eat your lunch, okay? You could eat a later lunch. That is what, if your blood sugar is above 100 in the morning. Now, if it's below 100, you don't want to fast, right? Because here's the problem. If it's below 100, let's say you test your blood sugar and it's like 80, and then you fast, which means you don't eat until your lunch. Well, guess what? Your blood sugar drops, because you're starving yourself, and then at lunch, a couple things happen. One, at lunch, you're ravenous, you're hungry, so you overeat, so you spike your blood sugar, right? And at the same time, if you starve yourself in the morning, your blood sugar is already low at 80 and it's going low, 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 low. Your body's going to respond. It's going to respond by releasing sugar from your body so that it can give you some more sugar, right? And so sometimes it spikes it even without you eating anything. Like you're fasting and it spikes it, right? So either way, both of those reasons, when it spikes it, that causes a big fluctuation. So you started off low and now you got a big fluctuation. That's the worst thing you can do when you're intermittent fasting, is to have these big fluctuations in blood sugar, because this fluctuation causes you to gain weight and it actually causes you to make you feel tired, okay? So it's very important. Use this biohacking technique to determine if you should fast that day, okay? If it's above 100, you can fast your blood sugar. If your fasting blood sugar is above 100, you can fast. If it's below 100, you should not fast for that day. All right, guys, subscribe to my YouTube page to get more of these awesome biohacking tips on how to intermittent fast and also how to just improve your health overall.